Hi, Brian.
Hi, everyone.
So today, Brian, I thought we would talk about your second book, Before Sunrise. So set the book up for us.
Before Sunrise is a current contemporary male-male romance that takes place in Tampa Bay, Florida. It's about a young swimmer who's a freshman in college, and he is pretty much Olympic bound. He's that good. And his coach, which is Coach Philip Silva, he's a once upon a time Olympian who has now settled into a life of coaching. And that's all he ever really wants to do is coach at this point. So when Nikki O'Hare comes on his team, he's taken back a little bit by his feelings for Nikki. And the two come together in this weird way that starts off as coach swimmer, and Nikki is the first who really wants more.
Sounds complicated.
It's quite complicated because for the coach, it's a taboo. He knows better than to get involved in one of his swimmers' lives.
So for people who haven't read the book yet, what's the romance level? How many chili peppers are we talking?
Wow, if on a chili pepper from 1 to 5, it's probably about a 4, I would say.
So the book was just released in March of this year, 2016. How are the reviewers found it so far?
The book has been very well received. I've had some exceptional reviews, several 5-star reviews, one from USA Today.
Really? USA Today?
Yes, I'm all smiling still about that one. They coined me as a masterful storyteller.
Wow, that must feel great as an author.
It does. It does.
So back to the actual book, Before Sunrise. You cover some important social issues in this book, including racism, addiction, safe sex. Is this something that you set out to do or something that evolves?
Well, I think for me, I work outside of an outline. I have a very shallow outline. There's not much in it. And then the characters just kind of fill it in themselves. They write the book, and I'm just a pen that kind of makes it all happen.
So basically you're saying you hear voices?
Yeah, mostly at about 3 a.m. in the morning while I'm trying to sleep. But yeah, I'm good with saying I hear voices.
Before Sunrise has a storyline based in athletics, competition, and swimming. Is this based on experience or random?
I think a little bit of both. I come from a very competitive family. We all grew up playing sports, and even when we're sitting down for a family game of Yahtzee, we're pretty competitive.
Why swimming?
I swam. I swam in high school. My husband swam in high school. And it was the sport that called to me for this particular novel.
Two of my personal favorite characters in this book were Tyler and JB. Especially JB. So share with your audience a few descriptions about these two.
Let's see, JB, he's turned out to be a favorite for most people. It's his second year at this university, and he's growing up in a one-parent household with his little sisters and his mom who works 2 jobs, trying to keep it all going. So during the day, he's at school, he's doing his swim practices, and at night, while his mom is working that second job, he's at home taking care of his little sisters. JB has his own struggles. He has his own struggles physically and mentally.
And what about Tyler?
Tyler's a complicated soul. Tyler's an individual that, without saying much, because you really have to read the book to get him, on the surface, he's this funny, stupid clown. And as we come to know, a lot of times, that's a mask for something else.
Don't you think the way Tyler comes across, he's very funny character, very flamboyant and loud and vivacious. Don't we all know a Tyler?
If you don't, you should.
So one of the things I noticed in both of your books, and I'm completely loving, JB and Tyler come from two very different worlds but end up in the same environment.
Yes, JB and Tyler are Nikki's two good friends. And all three of them are different in the background that they come from. They are three souls who come together, and for some reason it just works.
So are you JB?
Oh no, I'm not JB. I am a little bit of JB, a little bit of Nikki, and a little bit of Tyler.
As romance readers, and we've talked about this in the past, we'll talk probably more in this topic on its own in the future, but the whole happily ever after. Does this book have a happily ever after?
I give my audience a happily ever after in this book. Yes, I do.
Was it hard when you're looking at endings for a story like this? Is it hard to find the right ending?
No, I think, like I said before, that the characters will tell their own story. And when it comes to the ending has to be right. It has to correlate with the rest of the book.
So thank you, Bryan, again for sharing with us some more information on Before Sunrise. So when can we expect the next one?
I'm currently working on my third novel, Colorblind, and it's due for release in spring of 2017.
Perfect. And where can your audience, fans, find you, find more out about you, and find your book?
Oh, you can find me on Facebook under Bryan T. Clark. You can also find me at my website, www.btclark.com, as well as in Barnes & Noble and Amazon. You can get it in e-reader or paperback.
Thanks again, Bryan. Look forward to joining you again in the future.
Thank you.